You are at your family's favorite backyard BBQ. A freshly grilled hot dog is brought out, plump and absolutely perfect. You take a bite, and it is spectacular. That snappy casing soaked in smoky flavor, a classic taste that makes you instantly want another. Then someone over at the grill says, "We have leftover hot dogs again. Why do they always sell them in packs of 10, but the buns only come in 8? This mismatch has long carried a notorious reputation, endlessly frustrating American families who feel completely cheated right at the checkout counter. It happens at Costco, Walmart, Target, and at literally every single BBQ across the United States. But this whole thing didn't start from some greedy corporate conspiracy or a stupid mathematical error like you might think. It originated from a silent war between the sheer weight of beef and the metal baking pans of commercial bakers. So, what exactly is the root of these numbers? How were they formed? And why are we permanently stuck with the numbers 10 and 8? Let's unpack this history. Let's start with a number. Every 4th of July, America devours an absolutely colossal volume of hot dogs. According to official statistics, roughly 150 million of them are left sizzling on grill grates. If you took all the leftover buns and lined them up end to end, they would stretch completely across multiple states. It is absolutely insane. This sheer frustration was even broadcast straight onto the Hollywood big screen decades ago. Legendary actor Steve Martin had an iconic, absolute meltdown scene in the movie Father of the Bride. His character literally ripped open bags of buns right in the middle of the supermarket aisle just to balance out the numbers. The climax of that nostalgic, rage-fueled rant was him being instantly handcuffed and arrested by the police. It is exactly like buying an expensive pair of shoes, only to find the left one is a size 9 and the right one is a size 8. Wouldn't that infuriate you? The fascinating thing is, the entire world is trapped in this exact same paradox. Over in the United Kingdom, this standardization system is exponentially more complex and baffling. Their hot dogs are typically packed in metal cans containing exactly 8 links inside. Meanwhile, the buns are bizarrely packaged by manufacturers in clusters of 6. To achieve perfect balance, you are forced to literally use math to find the lowest common multiple. An exhausting calculation. Most people genuinely believe in a dark theory. They assume this is a sinister marketing trick deployed by giant corporations hiding behind a harmless facade. It seems to be a sophisticated ploy designed to force customers to empty their wallets and buy far more than they actually need. This discrepancy intentionally creates a persistent, never-ending purchasing loop. To make everything fit perfectly on the picnic table, you have to buy exactly 4 packs of hot dogs and 5 packs of buns. A grand total of 40 perfect servings seems like an incredibly elaborate commercial trap to pickpocket you. Who wouldn't think that? But the scientifically researched truth tells a completely different story. A 2001 study from Georgetown University exposed a highly unexpected reality. Up to 40% of shoppers do not even bother to compare the unit price against the package size. They are completely indifferent as to whether a brand rolls out a 10-pack at a significantly steeper price. Furthermore, a representative from Oscar Mayer once confirmed that only exactly 1 in 5,000 customers has ever bothered to mail in a complaint letter. It turns out, we don't actually care about it nearly as much as we imagine in our heads. Pretty surprising, right? There is also a humorous theory jokingly referred to as the law of the barbecue. At every single outdoor BBQ, grilling errors are an absolute, unavoidable certainty. Without fail, 2 hot dogs will accidentally roll right off the iron grates and plummet straight into the glowing coals. Sometimes they get charred black. Yeah, and the 8 remaining buns accidentally become a flawless, compensatory number. Some even joke that the 2 leftover dogs are fundamentally just a privileged reward for the family's pet dogs. But to understand the true root cause, We must travel back to the origins of the industrial factories. What secrets do they hold? Look straight into the fresh meat counter at your supermarket. The core reason hot dogs are packaged in tins stems directly from an incredibly ancient system of measurement. Since the 1940s, meat has consistently been priced and sold by merchants by the pound. An American standard pound is equivalent to exactly 16 ounces, which is roughly 453 grams. A standard hot dog during this era was deliberately designed by the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council to weigh exactly 1.6 ounces. Through basic mathematics, multiplying 10 hot dogs yields an exact total weight of 16 ounces. A perfectly flawless calculation. The number 10 was absolutely not a random choice. The pioneering brand Oscar Mayer aggressively applied this weight standard straight into their machinery systems. He invented the very first mass production machine, yet bearing a highly historical name, the Wiener Tunnel. This machine transformed the 10-pack into an immutable standard designed to completely optimize storage and pricing. Even when brands intentionally alter the physical dimensions, that 1 pound total weight always remains the ultimate rule. For instance, jumbo-sized hot dogs are typically packaged in 8s, 7s, or even 6s. But regardless of the dwindling quantity, they are strictly measured and calibrated to weigh exactly 1 pound when they hit the supermarket shelf. The meat must submit to the scale. But here's the part that surprises almost everyone. In stark contrast to the meat industry, the baking industry does not operate based on weight standards at all. Here in America, bakers are absolutely not bound by any laws dictating the standard weight of a bun. A far cry from the United Kingdom, which historically had an incredibly strict law mandating that bread be sold strictly by weight. Completely free from those legal constraints, the American baking industry evolved under an entirely independent frame of reference. Their standard doesn't lie on the scale, but is instead strictly bound by the efficiency and physical space of the baking pans. And the metal pan dictates absolutely everything. Now let's take a look at a commercial baking assembly line. Hot dog buns are baked in clusters of 4, fused together inside massive, sweltering commercial bakeries. Standard commercial pans are engineered from metal into a strict 4x2 configuration to yield exactly 8 buns. This meticulous design allows them to completely maximize the physical space inside those colossal industrial ovens. It also ensures perfectly even heat distribution, allowing the dough to achieve maximum rise and consistently maintain that soft, fluffy shape. Because the packaging line is designed for complete automation, sliding a cluster of 8 straight into a plastic bag is the absolute fastest solution. Trying to forcefully cram 10 fluffy buns into an 8-slot baking pan is just as hopeless as trying to stuff 5 giant men into a tiny Volkswagen Beetle. 8 is the absolute physical limit. Why exactly won't they just compromise with each other? The true answer actually lies in an incredibly cutthroat economic equation. To increase the bun count to 10, a commercial bakery would literally have to tear down and rebuild their entire core system. They would have to swap out every single metal baking pan, widen their conveyor belts, completely redesign their packaging, and recalibrate their shipping cartons. This overhaul would demand an injection of tens of millions of dollars, all while the profit margins in the baking industry are already razor thin. The price tag is simply way too high. Furthermore, the customer is the ultimate decider. If they made this drastic change, the retail price of a 10-pack of buns would instantly be jacked up higher than what consumers are used to spending. And you already know exactly how incredibly price-sensitive we are. So, massive food conglomerates never want to risk financial ruin just to cure one minor petty annoyance. Because of that, consumers just get creative themselves, morphing those leftover buns into garlic bread or literally using lettuce leaves to wrap their hot dogs. So now we know the absolute truth. The meat industry flat out refuses to change because they must remain fiercely loyal to the law of the scale and the traditional American pound. The baking industry is heavily shackled by the physical space limits of metal baking pans and the mechanical efficiency of their ovens. These two colossal industrial assembly lines have been running parallel to one another without ever intersecting for nearly a century. This relentless loop is exactly like trying to match the lids to the plastic Tupperware containers in your kitchen. This one will absolutely never fit that one. Whether intentional or accidental, 10 and 8 serve as a profound reminder that the automated world operates far more intricately than what we see on the surface. It is never just that simple.